Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody, and I'm going to be going over some different versions of Microtech knives available in Canada. I think some people, well, me, wanted to compare directly plain blade versus apocalypse blade, to look at the difference in visuals, and then also the different types of handle materials. You've got your polymer and your G10 and your titanium. So I'll show you the difference between the apocalypse finish and the plain blade finish. You can see how similar these are. This one does reduce glare on the blade, but you still do have glare on the machine section. And on here, this is a mild tumble wash, stone wash here, and then you still have the machined. And then, so, you know, these both look great. This is a bit more of a tactical look, I guess, right? And then this one is more to show off the angles of the blade. So this, I'd say, is more of a user look, and this is more of a collector look. But this one isn't mine anymore. I sold it so that I could afford this one, because this was the original favorite version of the stitch that I wanted, either in the fluted G10, which this is, or the fluted aluminum. And I'm convinced that I would like them both equally now that I have an aluminum version I'll be showing you. So these were a little different fit and finish, just with the edge. The cutting edge on this one was even on one side, and then weird on the other side. It had a just uneven cutting edge. Functionally, it cut well, but visually, it wasn't even. So I took it to Dennis at Cutting Edge Cutlery in Calgary, and for $5, he puts a edge on it, and I'll do a cutting comparison to show you the difference between the aftermarket edge and the factory edge. This version, the edge was even. Cutting edge was sharp and even on both sides from the factory. So I'll just do a quick cutting comparison right now. I'm gonna get some receipt paper. You know, I had some receipt paper with me. Yes, I have some receipt paper over here. There we go. So we're going to show you the factory edge. Really nice. And the aftermarket edge. Equally really nice. And so this one's all evened up now. So other than that, the quality is identical, perfectly centered from the box, drop shutty action, and the pocket clips both have a tiny bit of left to right movement, and it's not due to the screws being loose, it's just due to the thinness, just the flexibility. It's just the flex of the metal itself. And it's such a minor issue. When I wedge my fingers here to provide leverage, sometimes there's a tiny bit of movement, but it's such a minor issue that I don't take any points off when I do my scoring. The tension is equal, and all other things being equal on these knives in terms of fit and finish. So the bottom one here is the Apocalypse, and the top is the Plain Edge. So objectively, the biggest difference is this one has less glare, but they're so similar. And this is just a data point for you in case you're wondering if one of the versions that you want isn't available, if you're going to go with the one that is available, if you're going to be happy with it or not, right? Apocalypse Plain. These are both G10 handle. And then I'll show you these models. This is the Microtech MSI. And this top one is one that I just ordered in Apocalypse finish. The bottom one is a Plain Edge. And again, you can see how similar the tone is. Just really the main difference is this one has a bit more reflectivity and this one has a bit less on the blade, whereas they both have a reflective machined section for the cutout area. And these are some different materials here. This is the glass reinforced nylon, GFN material, which I call a polymer, like, you know, a version of a plastic. High quality. It's almost no minimum to no flex on it. So high rigidity, very light, and really utile. Great utilitarian or blade handle material. I would have been 100% happy with this guy, except the blade is not perfectly centered, and that triggers my autism. This is off by about 1 or 2 millimeters this way, if you can see that. Blade does not touch the handle, and so for practical purposes, this is not going to be an issue at all, and it deploys pretty straight. So this is just an imperfect fit and finish. And when I noticed the last few years, many Chinese models that are really super affordable, $50, $40 QSP Parrots or whatever, they come perfectly centered. So why can't a $500 knife be perfectly centered, right? And so I ordered this one, MSI in titanium handle, and I'm pleased to say this one came perfectly centered from the box. And so out of 5 Microtechs that I've ordered, including the Microtech Amphibian, 4 of them came perfectly centered, and only the $280 polymer version came off center. I don't know if this is common among the polymer versions. I don't know if Microtech puts less of an emphasis on quality control with their polymer versions, as they are significantly less expensive than the G10 and the aluminums. These ones go for around $280 to $300 Canadian for the polymer handle, depending on the finish that you're getting and the if it's a special logoed model or not. Whereas these ones are closer to $500 all in, like $480-ish for the G10, and about the same price, with maybe within $10 difference for the aluminum. I'm going to do my own review of this aluminum handled one separately, so I'm not doing a review today, just doing a comparison. And outside of this one being off-centered, the fit and finish, there is still a tiny bit of left and right play on the clip, and this one as well. And so consistent fit and finish with the hardware. And the action, I have had no lock stick issues on any of these Microtechs, except for this one, the newest one I bought, the Plain Edge Stitch. If I really force it really strong, no, there used, when it came from the box, there was some lock stick if I just really reefed it open hard. But I loosened the pivot ever so slightly just to get this drop shutty action. And now there's no no lock stick at all. And also still complete rigidity at the pivot. There's no left-right play, no up and down play. So maybe I've been lucky, or maybe Microtech in their new release of their models have addressed the lock stick issues, because I've had no lock stick issues with 5 out of 5 Microtechs. So good job. I guess I'll just compare the blade material, the handle materials again. The blades are all M390 variants, so they're all the same. Okay, so with the polymer, it's the GFN. It's the lightest handle material, nice and rigid. If all the other ones come centered out of the box, man, for like an EDC knife, this is the lightest one. So this is the most practical to carry, and the quality, it's a very high quality feeling plastic. And the texturing on this one is practical again, and it still has nice looking hardware. So yeah, for the money difference, I can't say this is the best. It's the best value. I think they're all kind of equal for different reasons in terms of, I'm not going to shoehorn everyone into one handle material, because they all have drawbacks and benefits. The benefit of this one, it's the least expensive and it's the most practical. You go to the G10. This one feels nice and warm in the hand, not like a metal. And it's about, it's about the same weight. It's maybe a tiny bit heavier than the aluminum, but it has a nice, substantial, secure feeling of the weight to it. And you can get a fluted pattern, which is equal to the aluminum handle in terms of texture. Some people prefer G10 over metal handles just every time, because they like that little bit of extra secure weight, and it's not going to be cold in your hand like a metal will. So, and the price difference is either the same price from G10 to aluminum, or like a $10 difference. And so there's a reason to get G10 over aluminum if some people just prefer G10. And it's great. It feels secure, it feels good, but it might be the heaviest option. And you've got your aluminum. This is the most beautiful looking one. Precision, fluted. Yeah, this is lighter. This is lighter than the G10 version. And with the coating they've got on here, it doesn't feel as cold as other, let's say, plain edge and uncoated steels have felt to me. This does sap a little bit of body heat, absorb a bit of body heat. So this is the coldest of the handles. But when you carry a blade with you, usually you've got it next to your skin, like in your pocket. So in the winter, even in Canadian cold winters, you're carrying this up against your skin. It's not going to get that cold, right? Maybe if you're carrying this in a backpack away from your body, then this might not be the option to take, because if you're going to be not using gloves with this in cold weather, this will be the same temperature as outside for initial contact. Other than that, though, this is a premium material, and it looks, you get the real refinement of the edges on here. And it feels the best combination with the blade, because they're both metal, right? And so it just feels the most unified. Again, so I love this also. Do I love it more than the G10? It's different. It is different. You can see there's more clean lines on here. This one's a little bit fuzzier. like it's not fuzzy like a micarta, but I mean it's just a bit less precision of lines, even though they're both the fluted pattern. Um, I would be happy with either one, really, pretty much equally happy. Yeah, unless I directly have them in hand, um, they're essentially pretty equivalent to me. So, hopefully, this is a useful data point for you if you're shopping for Microtechs and you're unsure about which blade finish to get, if they're both available, which one is going to be best for you, or if they're so similar that you just don't even care. The one blade finish I don't have here is the black coating. I'm sure that Microtech uses a durable coating on their black coatings. I don't know what type of coating it is, if it's a DLC diamond-like coating or like with tungsten or a ceramic, or I don't think it's going to be a black wash. It looks like an actual coating, but I'm sure it's going to be durable, and it's mostly for style. Like that's going to be a tactical application too, because it's non reflective, but then you still do have the machine section here that will be reflective. So I'm convinced that their black coatings look cool. So if you like the look of that, you're probably going to be happy with that too. All right, well, I hope that is useful for you, and I'm going to have more knives to review for you next week, or maybe throughout the week if I have some time. Have great holidays, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.